Oftentimes people ask me, why are we going to build new schools when we're losing students? And I would just ask people to make your next response to be, have you asked them if they've been in those schools? And ask them if it's the type of environment that you'd want your kids learning in. And I think that if we're really going to, if the Cleveland plan is really going to work, if the Transformation Alliance and all the good things that are going to work, there has to be a learning environment that kids can learn in. There's got to be a teaching environment that our teachers can teach in. For voters that are considering issue 4, I think you need to look at an old school and you need to look at a new school and look at what could be for the city of Cleveland and for our schools. And I think that you need to remember that, you know, what we're talking about here is for the future of the city of Cleveland.
As you can see, one of the reasons why we need a new school is our wiring is very hard for our students, our employees, our staff, for the technology used. This room is still in construction of getting the proper technology. You'll see the wire. We had to do some innovative things to connect it so everybody can use the internet.
Let's be clear though, this school, I mean, they had to carve out library space to create more classroom space. They had to put a trailer out here because the student population grew. This school no longer functions. We have a shovel-ready site that can go the minute this bond passes, which is the old A.B. Hart site. Being able to build a school that's on an appropriate sized lot with appropriate recreation and a functional school with technology will make a world of difference in our neighborhoods.
The gymnasium and our cafeteria, so we have limited space. Space when people are playing basketball, when they do a layup, what they're going to do is hit the brick wall. So that's an obvious safety issue.
Is no kitchen. It's warming ovens, which means that we have to bring the food in, warm it here. That really limits our ability to do fresh fruits, vegetables, healthy programming food, like we're doing literally right down the street at Mount School.
Welcome to Watson Lane.
Thank you. This is a building that we would propose that the new half of the building, which you're standing in, which was built in the late 60s, would be demolished and turned back into green space, and a new Waverly School, Waverly Lake School, shared for all of the kids, which is just down the street, and you'll see would be put up in place of these two antiquated buildings. You will not be going into the old part of the building, which, while historic, is also condemned, and so our students have to be careful not to be in the portion of the building that's not physically safe for them to be so.
That building was landmarked by the city of Cleveland in 2004, which presented some challenges to the school district. You had a community that saw this old historic structure, wanted it saved and preserved. The school district obviously had limited dollars and resources. We have a school right now at West 54th and Franklin, one at West 65th and Franklin, and here, this school at West 74th and Franklin. So you got 3 schools in close proximity based on current projections. The district and quite frankly the community, and I want to applaud the school district for engaging the community, engage the residents, and it was determined that this school then would phase out. The plan is then the community is going to explore potentially historic tax credits to try to save that structure and do some adaptable reuse. If that doesn't work, then the whole site will be demolished, and as Pat said, they'll work closely with the community to repurpose this site.
These are all acrylic plastic windows that they pop in cold weather, and we have to constantly be refixing these frames, and we can't clean the windows because once plexiglass stains, and you'll see this as you walk throughout the building, poke your head in any classroom, these stain very quickly. Just to say, this is the library for this school. It's in the hallway.
Right, and it's you know, it's almost like a thoroughfare coming through, and of course we don't have the nice technology that you'll see in the new libraries.
The gym has no water. The hallways are on no water. If they work. That's good.
We just have the one space that doubles as both cafeteria and gym. So from an efficiency standpoint, it is a very inefficient setup because our staff here has to collapse the tables after breakfast and move them off so PE can be held.
Our students go further up Central into the Ritolf space, and they actually learn how to recycle and grow plants and work with the dirt like we used to, right?
We build these schools in a way so that we can be efficient in our space planning. For example, we have the cafeteria on this side. There's a shared stage. So when we go into the gymnasium, you'll see if you're having a smaller program that you just want to have the students seated in the cafeteria, you have a stage presence. But then on the other side, the same stage, lighting, sound system can also serve a larger assembly in the gymnasium. And you can also see the type of baffling, so you can control sound when you have a lot of young people in a room. That's stuff that you can see the sound panels on the walls, the baffling of the ceiling, so we can really help to control noise, which helps to control environment.
At the core of issue 4 is education, but we also need to remember that we're funding just under 50 major construction projects that are being funded by the state at a 2-to-1 level. This does not happen very often, and if we miss on issue 4, I don't know when we'll get this opportunity again. Educating the community on just what issue 4 can bring to the students of the city of Cleveland is essential. So I encourage everybody to spread the message, to really look at what we can do together and how we can bring this to every neighborhood without raising taxes and without changing anybody's quality of life, except for the kids and the teachers and the students and the communities that will benefit.